everybody, Mike McWilliams, upstairs to the right music channel. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Every Sunday night at 11 p.m. Central European Time, we have Sunday at Mike's, which is our live stream. I'd really love it if you could join us there. It's growing every week, and we're having a lot of fun, a lot of interesting conversations. So wherever you're at in the morning, noon, or afternoon in the world where that sets you at, 11 p.m. Central European Time, I hope you do take some time to join in. Okay, on to today's subject. This is my vintage Echoplex. I checked the serial number on it and also the pots when it was opened, and discovered that this one actually is from 1975, around April-May time, more or less. So it's a pretty cool thing to know exactly when this was manufactured. That was one of the benefits of me taking it in to have service. As you know, I was going to film this exact same show a few weeks ago, but when I was setting this up to do the shot, I plugged it into the wrong transformer. I quickly got it down to a gentleman who took the time to take a look at it, and we had a conversation about it and an enjoyable discussion about Echoplexes in general. He serviced it, he cleaned the heads on it, he took the time to reset the tape spooling, and just gave it a general once-over, and it works better now than it did when I took it in. I'm really pleased. That guy is going to be the guy who's going to be servicing this, and my Laney is the next thing I'm going to take into him going forward, because he's really a great amp tech. So you guys, you know, I always talk about how I want to take these vintage, like the vintage, the 1973 G12M greenback that I have in my Laney, paired with an Echoplex. How I like to take those old rock and roll sounds and use them for my more modern productions. There's a reason behind that, because they really truly have a beautiful tone to them that you really can't replicate at all using plug-ins or pedals or anything else. You know, it's just another one of those situations where there's truly nothing like the real thing. So take a listen here. I hope you guys have yourselves a good week. Don't forget that we're going to be doing live tomorrow night as I film this, Sunday at Mike's, 11 p.m. Central European Time. So join in on that. Until then, you guys have a good one. Bye-bye. All right, guys, so here we have my 1975, the pots dated around April of 1975 Echoplex, running into my good old pal Laney here, that of course has the April of 1973 vintage greenback, the G12H. So, I'm sorry, G12M. So, yeah, you know, this is a pretty vintagey setup going here in terms of the sound, and it's one of the things that I learned really, you know, I really like the way this vintage you know, equipment sounds. So we've set the Echoplex here to the position where there is absolutely no sustain going, very little sustain going. We've got the tape echo down to the minimum, just to give you an idea of what that sounds like with just that fat uplift that it gives. Alright, so let's set the echoes up to around 7, the volume at 7, and let's start adding a little bit of tape echo to this. Let's go to just 5, see how that sounds. Alright, let's add a little bit more here. Go up to 15 on the delay. Alright, so let's take it all the way up to the most echoes you can get out of this thing. That's pretty cool. So yeah, really for me, however, like I said, I keep the echoes to around 3 with the volume around 5, and no more than a 1 or 2 second delay on it. Turn up the gain. So it's a lot of fun, the Echoplex. So it's got a lot of power to it when you just have it set with very little echoes in it, little bit of sustain, just a little bit, just a little bit of a quack to it, and man, it transforms the sound of just about everything I've run it through. But its best pairing is with this vintage greenback. So